Alright, here we are, a jungle-only world. Now this 100 days is going to be a very interesting 100 days, because I feel like surviving in a jungle may not be the easiest thing in the world, but just like always, we gotta start by punching our first tree. I think we should make a crafting table and some sticks here, and make myself a wooden pickaxe, and go collect some stone just to get myself some basic tools off the start. First things first, a stone pickaxe, then a stone axe, a shovel, and a sword. And you know what? A hoe as well. Now what I want to do is actually go and explore a little bit and find some areas that are not so densely packed. Maybe there's a pond somewhere that I can find, I can build a house around. That would be ideal. So I'm going to start heading in this direction to see if I can find anything that resembles an area that I would want to build my base. I think this is the place that I'm going to build my home, and I really love the idea of living next to a river that connects to an ocean, but in order to make this place suitable, I will have to clear out a lot of trees, which is going to be the main problem living in a jungle world, because there's going to be trees literally everywhere. So I'm going to spend the next little bit clearing out a whole bunch of these trees, just so I have a little bit of space. Alright, I cleared out a decently sized area, but it is now nighttime, which means I got to hunker down for the night. So I think what I'm going to do is just dig a hole right in the ground here, because that's what basically anybody would do on their first night. Seeing that I do not have a bed, I'm going to quickly set up shop here. Yeah, I know this looks ugly, but it works out for now. So I'm basically going to sit down here and wait out the night, and then once it becomes morning, we can really start figuring out the food situation, as well as maybe finding some animals, because I'm pretty sure that there's a decent amount of animals that spawn here in the jungle. I am hearing a spider out here, which would be very useful wherever the spider is. Oh, we got a zombie, and there's the spider. Okay, and he drops absolutely nothing. That's wonderful. There's a skeleton here, which can be useful. Oh boy. Oh no. Oh my god. Nope, this is not good, ladies and gentlemen. I'm running. Back home. Nope. 1.5 hearts. Nope, there was 2 skeletons. I'm just gonna stay in here. You know what? That's the smart thing to do. That's the very smart thing to do, instead of just running out there like an idiot. Okay, it is morning, but I still hear the skeleton. Yeah, skeleton is just hiding underneath the tree there. This is why mobs here are pretty dangerous, because they just don't want to die, because they're going to go underneath all of these things, and they're going to cause problems. But I did get a boat from the skeleton. That's actually very good. Okay, wonderful. Now, I think what I'm going to do this morning is definitely go around and just get a bunch of melons, because that's the only food source I have. And I think regular mobs do spawn in the jungle, like pigs and sheep. And speaking of pigs, there is one right here. Wonderful. Okay, 1 pork chop. That's not great. We do have sheep over here, but I'm going to actually go grab my shears, because I have enough iron to make shears. And there's the pink sheep. Wow, okay, we got the rare sheep as well. Alright, sheep, please give me 3. Nope, you just give me 1. Okay, I was gonna make a pink bed, but I guess not. Another sheep over here. Okay, you give me 2 white wool. You know, if this was earlier Minecraft, I can make it better to this, but in modern day Minecraft, that's not the case. So I'm gonna have to wait for the sheep to eat some more grass and get their wool back, and then I can finally make a bed. Oh, you grew your wool back, and you just give me 1 again. Like, really, buddy? Like, come on, man. Okay, you grew it again. There we go. I can actually make a pink bed this time. Alright, got the bed. I'll put the bed right here. There we go. And now what I really want to do is actually go and plant some wheat. And the reason for that is because I do want to get those sheep in a pen as soon as possible, because I feel like they're going to be a great source of food. All right, 10 wheat should be enough. Actually plant a little bit more. Use this bone here to make some bone meal. And I should be able to at least get one piece of wheat here, which will be good enough to lead all the sheep back into a pen. And by pen, I do mean just a giant hole in the ground. Actually, I think it'll be faster to use a boat than trying to drag them across the water. Yeah, I'm gonna go grab my boat. I'll be right back. Okay, sheep, follow me this way. Okay, want to use in the boat? That's good. I'm gonna boat you all the way over here, put you in the pen, then we'll go back for your friend. Alrighty, sheep, right in here, please. Be great if you could just follow in here. I can push you. There you go. Now it's time to bring you over, and you're in there too. Okay, great. I got 2 sheep in here, and it's turning nighttime, so I'm going to go sleep real quick. Now, while I'm waiting for this to grow, I think I'm actually going to go mining a little bit, see if I can get myself at least full iron armor and a full set of iron tools. So I think in the morning, I'm going to go ahead and just get a whole bunch of melons, just be able to have a stable food source. Oh, look at that. We got a panda. We actually have some cows over here, which is great. I don't have any wheat on me, unfortunately, so I can't end up bringing these guys back with me. But at least I know they're here, so I can come back and get them. Might as well make a secondary little hole here for the cows. Come here, cow. All right, 1 cow in the boat. All right, 1 cow in the pen. Now time to go get the other one. 2nd cow in the boat. And now let's get you back to your friend. And you can go ahead and join your friend here. There we go. Now we got 2 cows and 3 sheep, so we're doing pretty good so far. The only thing holding me back is my wheat just doesn't want to grow very fast. I'll also plant some of this sugarcane here, just because in the future it's going to be definitely useful for an enchantment table. I think I'll use the rest of my iron to make an axe and an iron shovel. And I'm going to go sleep and make it day 4, and then at the beginning of day 4, I'm probably going to go back into the mines and start mining a little bit deeper and hopefully find some diamonds. Some string, okay, that's pretty good. We got ourselves some wheat and a music disc and melon seeds. I don't really need melon seeds, so keep that there. I will take the horse armor, though. In this second one, we got more string and name tags, gunpowder, and bread. I will take the bread with me, and the name tag, but I'll leave the gunpowder here. But at least I know this is here, which is great, because I could turn this into an XP grinder. Although it is kind of far away from my base, unfortunately, but I guess it's better than no spawner at all. I am back home from the mines, and I did end up getting 16 diamonds, which is great, a music disc, and all the stuff I got from the spawner I found. Some of my wheat has grown, but it hasn't grown a lot since I haven't really been in the chunk, so might as well breed the cows and the sheep. And I think the next thing I should get started on is actually building a house, because living in this tiny dirt and diorite shack is not amazing. Now, before I can build my house, I do need to clear out a whole ton more trees to make myself enough room. And plus, cutting down all these trees will give me enough wood to actually build my house. There we go. This whole area is now cleared out. And in the morning, I'm going to really start building my house. Now, for the idea of my house, what I want to do is sort of have it up on like stilts. So there's going to be a little area you'll go in underneath, which will have a bunch of chests and furnaces in it. And then the real living space will be upstairs. Because when you think of a jungle, you think the jungle floor is going to be very dangerous, full of snakes and spiders and other little critters that want to inject venom into you. So most people would live either at the treetops or at an elevated position. So that's exactly the style that I'm going to go for with this. And I'm going to be using a mix of deep slate bricks and polished deep slate, as well as jungle logs and oak logs. So I'm going to go to sleep now, and then I will get started. So here is the finished product. It isn't completely done. I need to add some lanterns here and also lanterns up there. I also need to do the flooring in here. But overall, you can see the idea for what I'm going for here. So there's a tiny little shack at the top, which basically just holds my bed. And then down here is where all my chests are going to be, furnaces, all of that. I'm thinking furnaces and little cubbies here, and then chests or barrels all the way around. Eventually, I will add a path going through here, probably down to the water and to other builds I'll make in this area. But overall, I like the way this turned out. So now what I want to do is actually start going to the Nether. And the reason for that is because I want to go and find the end fortress as soon as possible. In order to go to the Nether, I will need a whole bunch of obsidian, and I only have 2 right now. There was lava down in the mine, so I will definitely go down there to go and grab some. But I want to find a place to put my Nether portal first. Now, usually I always put my Nether portal somewhere not near my base so I don't hear the constant hums. So I was thinking maybe somewhere over here I can put my Nether portal so that I don't constantly hear it. Like right here I think would be good. So I just need a couple more pieces of obsidian, and then we could be able to go to the Nether and hopefully farm a bunch of blazes and maybe kill some endermen while I'm there. So I'm going to go back into the mine here, grab some obsidian, and then hopefully the Nether spawn that we get is actually pretty good and not a terrible spawn, because for some reason I always have the worst luck and another fortress is like thousands of blocks away from me. I am back with more than enough obsidian that is needed. I got enough for an enchantment table and for this Nether portal here. Alright, it is lit. Hopefully there's another fortress right where I spawn. Please, I'm begging you. Okay. Oh, we're right by a soul sand valley thing, the biome that nobody likes. And no fortress in sight here, but at least there's a ton of bone blocks, and that will be useful with bone mealing all my wheat. But I'm gonna take a little bit of a look around here, because right now nothing's loading in. But alright, we got a crimson forest. Oh my god, there's a fortress right there. Yes, it is right next to my portal. It's right over there. Oh my god, I got a lucky spawn. This is what I like to see. Finally, a fortress that's not a million miles away from me. But I am gonna go and grab some of these bone blocks here, just so I can actually bone meal a lot of my crops, which will be amazing. Alright, 33 bone blocks should be good enough, so I'm going to head back home now. And I think I'm going to make myself some diamond armor, and then I'll come back and go and kill a whole ton of blazes. I do have 19 diamonds here. When I was getting some obsidian, I did find 3 more diamonds, which is definitely going to help me. So first things first, I want to make a diamond sword just so I can kill my blazes a little bit faster. And I think I definitely want to make a chest plate here and a pair of pants. And we'll leave 2 diamonds just for now, as I'll have a use for them later. There we go, diamond armor is now equipped. I got a stack of blocks with me and some food, and I think we are ready to go into the fortress and kill a whole ton of blazes. When killing blazes, I accidentally hit a pigman, but lucky for me, only a few of them were angry, and I could get the rest of the blaze rods pretty much in peace. I am back home, and I did end up getting 20 blaze powder, which is absolutely amazing. It'll be more than enough blaze powder to make the required Eyes of Ender to get to the end, but I still need to go and kill some Endermen. But before I do that, I do want to clear out a little bit of this area here so that I'm not constantly having to jump over a bunch of vines and trees to get to my nether portal that's over there. And plus it'll give me room to actually move my farm, because I want to move this wheat farm somewhere over here so that I can actually have an area with a lot more room and create a lot bigger farm. My wheat farm is now complete. As you can see, there is a whole ton of wheat in here. I think over 3 stacks of seeds went into this. I decided to do a border in leaves because I thought that it'd fit the theme very well. And I think I might put some trapdoors on the edge of the leaves, maybe on top or on the sides. Eventually, I'm going to expand this area and add a whole bunch of pathways and a whole bunch of other buildings. And that's why I dug out this little trench right here, because there's going to be a pathway that's going to go along this way to the nether portal. But I think the next thing I want to do is actually make an enchantment table, and for that I will need a piece of leather, and with that leather I can make a book, and I have my 2 diamonds here, and some obsidian, and there we go, an enchantment table. Now I'm not going to enchant anything yet because I want to get a full level 30 before I do anything, and to do that I need to breed my cows a lot more, because this is definitely not going to be enough leather. What I'm going to do in the meantime is start filling in my house with some chests and some furnaces, and then also breed my cows periodically, and then hopefully I'll have enough leather for a full enchantment table. Alright, my room is now set up. As you can see, barrels along the wall on either side. We got some furnaces here. I also decided to kind of go with a different floor design than what I usually do. And honestly, I like the way this looks, having like one piece of wood go one way and then one piece of wood go the other way. It just gives the floor a little bit of texture and also fits the jungle theme. But as my cows start to breed and grow, the next thing I need to do is actually set up my zombie spawner. And I know my zombie spawner is somewhere over there. So I'm going to go and pretty much dig down straight to the spawner and start setting it up so I have enough XP to get to level 30, as well as to get more XP for the future so that I can enchant hopefully a full set of diamond armor and a full set of diamond tools at some point. So I have dug all the way down to my zombie spawner. Hopefully it'll be able to give me enough XP to get to level 30, and then hopefully I can start enchanting soon. Spawner is pretty much complete. I just gotta get rid of the torches here. There we go. Now if I go down here, we got some zombies. I have gotten level 30 from just sitting at the spawner for a couple minutes, but as you can see, my diamond pickaxe is almost about to die, which means I need to go mining again. So what I'm gonna do is go all the way back home, go grab a couple iron pickaxes and start strip mining and see how many diamonds I can get. I am back from mining and I got 15 diamonds in total. I also got a ton of cobbled deep slate and some tuff, as well as a whole bunch of other ores. What I am going to do is actually craft the rest of my tools. So an axe and a shovel should be good enough. And I think I'll also do boots and a helmet. There we go. Full diamond and a full set of tools. And I'll save the extra 2 diamonds here for later. Now this cow pen is starting to get pretty full, but I still don't think I have enough cows to get enough leather. Now I'm lucky I'm using Better Sounds mod because these cows will be blowing my eardrums out. But I think the next thing I want to do is actually start to automate this sugarcane farm here. And I think I'm going to move it maybe somewhere over there or somewhere over here. So the entirety of the space I need has been cleared out. Now I need to go to the Nether and grab some quartz to make observers. In this chest here, I should have everything I need to build it. And I'm not going to be using a tutorial. I'm just going to be building it myself and hopefully it turns out okay. Alright, so here's the basic thing done. Of course, I am going to detail it and turn it into something, but when I place sugarcane here, it's pretty much going to grow, and then there's going to be a minecart going underneath here that's going to collect it through the block, hopefully, and I think I connected this up correctly. I don't think I need anything else but just a line of redstone here, so let's see what happens. Yes, okay, it works. Let's try the other side. Yep, alright, that is perfect. So pretty much what's going to happen is when this grows, the observer is going to trigger the pistons, it's going to break, and then a hopper minecart's going to pick it up, and it's all going to be good. So now I just got to add the hopper minecart and hope that it works as intended. Alright, the minecart has been added. It is going around. As you can see, there's some hoppers here, and I think it should work. Let me just place this and see if it collects it. Did it collect it? It does. Okay, amazing. This thing is working. That's wonderful. Most things I build redstone don't work, so to have something work first try is absolutely amazing. Now what's left is actually detailing this thing. So here's what I have for detailing this farm. Unfortunately, I forgot to press record. So all of this, there's no replay of me building it. But since there's no replay, I might as well give a full explanation of what everything is. So pretty much you go over here, we got the roof with a bunch of leaves just stuck inside of it, making it look a little bit overgrown. Now if we go down here, there's leaves all around the sides. I also added some glass here so you can see the sugarcane growing. And then over here I decided to add a little work area for the people that would be tending to the actual farm itself. So pretty much just some composters, some barrels. I also stripped some jungle logs and kind of have them stacking up a little bit here with some crafting tables. Now the only thing left I have to do is filling in this on one side and on the other side with a bunch of bamboo blocks. Now I think it is time to actually kill all of these cows here because as you can see they are really spazzing out, and hopefully this will give me enough leather. If not, it'll really be unfortunate, but I need like 40 something leather, so let's get started. Alright, we got 2 cows, or actually 3 cows left, and I got 49 leather, which I think is definitely enough, as well as a ton of food now, so I'm definitely going on food for a while. And I think I have enough paper here, but let's see how many books I can actually make. Alright, we got 10 bookshelves here. I think I need 5 more, right? Okay, 13 bookshelves, not quite enough. I do have enough leather, though, but I need to wait for my sugarcane to grow. There we go, 15 bookshelves, that is good enough. I guess I'll pop some of the meat in here. I'll let those cook up, and now I need a space to put my enchantment table. And I was thinking of an idea of connecting these 2 trees right here to make sort of a treehouse looking thing, and then maybe have a spiral staircase going all the way down the tree, maybe on this side or this side, and then kind of have the enchantment table be on one tree, and then maybe something else be in the other. So I got everything I need in this chest to build this entire treehouse thing. So without further ado, let's get started. So here is the mostly finished tree base. As you saw when I was building it, I wasn't going for a symmetrical feel. I was going for more of a got what we got and we have to make do sort of feel. Because when you think of tree houses, and if you ever built a tree house yourself, you know that you can't really change the tree very much. You kind of have to build the house around the tree. So that's kind of what I was going for here. So each tree has their own different design on the way the leaves connect. Now I decided to just put a whole bunch of planks on top of those leaves to add a little bit of randomness. But the treehouse is not fully complete. I got to add a couple more campfires over there and over there. And I also got to cover the bottom of these with trapdoors because the different ways that these are placed really does not look good from the bottom. And the reason why I'm placing them in different directions up top is to kind of give a more rickety bridge sort of look. But I do need to go get a whole ton more wood because I'm down to one log and these campfires take a lot of logs. So I'm going to do that real quick and go get some lanterns and light this up and I'll show you the finished results. Alright, I've added all of the campfires in. As you can see, we got the bridge fully complete. Now, for what these are supposed to be is I envisioned these rods connecting straight to the lamp here and it doesn't really do that, so you're gonna have to use your imagination a little bit. But I was going for the idea of they hollowed out a little bit of the tree and then they added little supports on either end to hold up the already existing top of the tree. But now I think it's finally time to build my level 30 enchantment table because it has been long enough of me sitting here using regular diamond tools and not having any efficiency or unbreaking or anything like that. So let's hope I can get something decent. And I forgot lapis again, so I'm gonna have to go back home. Okay, I'm breaking 3. That's not bad. Let me get this. Okay, so I'm breaking 3 as well. I'm gonna see if I can get a guaranteed fortune. I think that would be better. So I think I'm gonna first enchant an axe. All right, here we go. I'm breaking 3. Please give me efficiency. Okay, yes, it's E4. I'm breaking 3. What do we get for this? Just I'm breaking 3. Okay, it's not amazing. I think I'm gonna go for the shovel next. Efficiency 3. All right, what is this? E4. Do I go for it? Okay, what do I get for the sword? Fire aspect 2. You know what? I'm gonna go for it. Oh my god, yes, it's fortune. That is amazing. That's what I needed. The only thing that'll make this better is unbreaking, but for now I can use my 2 diamonds to repair this. And what do we get for the sword? I'm breaking 3, and it's knockback. Okay, I'm gonna need a grindstone because unbreaking 3 is great. Smite, okay. Knockback, I absolutely hate it, so I'm gonna go make myself a grindstone just so I don't have to deal with knockback. I have crafted my grindstone, and actually, before I go and disenchant this, I'm gonna go to the Nether and make sure I get enough levels to have another level 30 enchant, because I'd rather have a sword with something on it than nothing on it. Alright, now we are ready to go for another sword enchant, and it's knockback 2. That's terrible. Okay, let's go for a bow. This one is flame, and that's a perfect bow. Infinity, flame, unbreaking, and power. That's great. What do we get for the sword? Sweeping edge 3. Please give me sharpness 4. Okay, sharpness 3. I'll take sharpness 3. And let's see what we get on a piece of armor here just for later. Okay, unbreaking 3. That's interesting. This one, protection 3. Blast protection, and unbreaking. Okay, I think I'm going to go mining, actually, because I need to find some more diamonds to make maybe another set of tools for maybe silk touch or maybe just an efficiency pickaxe. But I'll also be mining a whole ton of redstone and all that, so I can hopefully get back up to 30 levels so I can enchant my armor. And then after I enchant my armor, I'm going to be going back to the Nether to hopefully get a whole ton of ender pearls and then beat the ender dragon. Those are basically my goals. am back home and I got 23 diamonds as well as a whole bunch of other ores. I also did find a mine shaft down there, so I got a respiration 2 book, some glowberries, and some pumpkin seeds. I also did get a carrot from killing a zombie, so I'm definitely going to plant that. But now what I'm going to do is enchant another pickaxe and hopefully get unbreaking. And then if I do get unbreaking, I will combine it with my existing pickaxe and we'll have an unbreaking 3, fortune 3, efficiency 4. Hopefully. Alright, this for sure gives unbreaking, which is great. Okay, E4 unbreaking 3, I can definitely combine that. But first, I think I want to enchant my chest plate here with unbreaking. Okay, that's pretty good. Protection 3, unbreaking 3, and thorns 2. For pants, which will be next, I get prod 4. What do I get on the boots? Unbreaking 3, and the helmet, respiration 3. I'm going to combine these. There we go. Fortune 3, efficiency 5, unbreaking 3. That is amazing. And now I'm back down to 13 levels, unfortunately, so it's going to be a big grind to get back up to level 30. But now, really quickly, I do want to add a little bit more detail to my base. Maybe some pathways going from the wheat farm, another portal all the way to here. And if you've seen any of my other videos, you know I love using tuff as a pathway block because, honestly, I feel like this block just goes with almost everything and it stands out like a pathway. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to be using tuff blocks to connect everything around here, and then hopefully it'll make this area look like it's more connected and not just like things scattered about. So the pathway is now complete. I decided to use a mixture of tuff and coarse dirt, just because I've used these two before and they always work out for paths. And I think it also fits the sort of jungle vibes. But now what I want to do is actually go to the Nether and go find a biome that spawns a bunch of endermen, so I can just start farming a bunch of ender pearls so I get enough eyes of ender to actually go to the end, which is what I want to do next. I have got more than enough ender pearls that I need, and while I'm here, I thought I would explore this Nether fortress because I found it a little while ago and I just used it to get blaze rods and didn't really see what was in it. So I'm thinking it's the perfect opportunity to just go around and see what I can find. Okay, got our first chest here. Some gold, nether wart, and a flint and steel. Alright, I'll take that. Got another chest here. Ooh, a saddle. That's fun. Got another chest here with some obsidian. Okay, I guess I'll take that. Why not? Okay, another chest. Ooh, a diamond and some horse armor. Okay, that's interesting. One more chest here. Okay, iron ingots, another saddle, another chest with more diamonds. That's amazing. And now I think I'm actually gonna head back home because the rest of the fortress is across a giant pool of lava and I just don't really feel like dealing with that. But I did miss one more chest and I got another few diamonds out of it. We are back home now and this will be plenty enough eyes of ender to find the portal. 20 should be far more than I actually need. But before I do that, I think I'm gonna get level 30 again just so I can enchant my pants, and then we will head off to actually beat the ender dragon. I decided to go and grab 33 levels actually, so I can enchant 2 pieces of armor. So here we got pants. So protection 4 looks pretty good, and it's P4 and breaking 3. This one's blast protection. That is unfortunate. I don't want that. What does a helmet give me here? Helmet gives me unbreaking. Okay, I'll go for that, and it's just unbreaking. Unfortunate. You know what? I think I'll go for unbreaking 2 for now. Just give myself a little bit of enchants on everything. So this is okay. Everything has unbreaking on it, although 2 pieces don't have protection, which kind of sucks. But now I think it is time to actually go and defeat the ender dragon. So I'm gonna chuck my first eye of ender and see where it goes. Oh, we're going this way. Okay, wonderful. Here we are. I finally found it. I was digging down for so long and finally I was able to break into it. Now the real question is, where exactly is the portal? Oh, we got a library though. That's interesting. What do we got in the chest here? Armor trim? Okay, it's actually my favorite armor trim, so that is wonderful. I think I'm gonna chuck some of these blocks in here that I really don't need. And I guess I'll take some of the books with me. There we go. Finally, I found the actual portal itself. This was taking a very long time. Alright, I think it's time. Let's fill this entire thing up with ender eyes. And the portal has been created. And now all that's left is to jump in there and hope for the best. I got food, I got a bow with arrows, I got full armor, a bunch of blocks, my sword. I think we're all good. Let's do this. Beating the ender dragon this time around was an experience. At first, I started out pretty good. My arrow shots were on point, but then there was a point where I angered a couple endermen and I almost died. But then there was one obsidian tower left and I proceeded to miss basically like a stack of arrows. But eventually, I was finally able to defeat the Ender Dragon. Yes, there we go. And blowing out my eardrums as always. Alright, I think I'm actually going to explore this a little bit. I don't really have very many blocks, but let's go in here anyways. I was hoping to spawn right next to like an end city with a nice ship so I can get an elytra or something, but this really isn't the best spawn. I might come back here if I have a whole ton more blocks, but I do have some things to do back at home, so I'm gonna head back home. Take the egg with me though, that's for sure. I will definitely have to build something to house the egg in, and I'm thinking maybe like a temple sort of thing would be pretty cool. So the next thing I want to do is actually make a proper pen for my animals here, because having them in a giant hole really is not the greatest living conditions. And I was thinking of making the pens pretty much right here. So we'll have some leaves and some trees disconnecting this area from the pens, and we'll have a bunch of them going around here, or well, two of them, one for sheep and one for cows, and then both of them will connect to the road here, which will go this way. And then after I build the pens, I'm actually going to build a carrot farm, because I killed a zombie and got a carrot, so might as well make as many golden carrots as I possibly can. But let's not get too ahead of ourselves here. Let's actually start clearing out a bunch of this area and making the pen for the animals. Here is the finished product. You can see I split the pens into one side for cows, one side for sheep, and I have a lot more sheep than I do cows. It took me a while to get all the sheep in here because for some reason they kept piling up right here and would not want to go through the fence gate. But I also did add some detail in the form of lanterns all the way around here, some hanging on the trees, and also on my base here, which I said I was going to do, but I never ended up doing, and I'm missing one lantern. That's great. There we go. Alright, now it's fully complete. But next, what I'm going to do is actually go clear out a whole bunch of trees over here and make another area for carrots, kind of the same that I did for the wheat, and then connect it up with a path. And then after that, I'm going to create a custom nether portal area here. Here is the carrot farm, totally complete. It is not as big as the wheat farm, but it's still a pretty good size. And with this being done, I've now reached day 50. Day 50 has actually come pretty quick, because usually it feels like a drag to get to day 50, but it really doesn't feel like I've been playing for even like 20 days. But now I think it's time to actually start on this project here of turning a lot of the surrounding area into crimson wood to kind of give the illusion of the nether affecting the overworld. Kind of like what I did in my last 100 days in the Badlands world, which if you haven't checked that video out, please go check it out. It's a great video. And I just like having a theme of sort of the nether infecting the overworld. I always love doing that in all my worlds. So I'm gonna have to go probably grab a lot of crimson wood, and then I'm going to get started on detailing this entire area. There we go, the infected area from the nether portal is now complete. As you can see, there's a little bit of crimson wood going up the trees here, and some of the warped wood, I think it's called, yeah, warped stem, and they also put a bunch of the different blocks on top as well, just to give it a little bit more color and to really make it look like the nether is starting to infect some of the trees here because of the nether portal. And overall, it just gives a little bit of a pop of color to the area, because everything is always like a green or a brown, so having some red and some blue in there actually makes it look really good and stand out compared to everything else. But the next thing I want to do is tackle this area underneath the treehouse here, because this used to be my farm at the beginning of the episode here, and I haven't really changed it since then. So essentially, I'm going to turn this into a nice dock and maybe put a little boat out there, and I might add some little fishing areas as well, and I think it would honestly look pretty cool. So here is the finished dock. As you can see, I decided to add a bunch of lanterns and like 2 boats in here. And I also added ladders so that if I get off the boat and I'm in the water, I can easily get up and around. And I decided to use some deep slate just to keep it a little bit different from the treehouse here that's all just jungle wood. I decided to add these supports up top, and I really do like the way they look. I think it really adds to the way the dock forms, and I feel like it makes it pop a little bit more. Now, the next project I want to do is get rid of this area here. As you can see with this area, this area here was my starter area, and there's chests full of stuff that I need to move into my actual base. But I do want to still keep the pathway down because this is to my mine, but I want to move the entrance over here. And I'm thinking of building a giant rock right here where I'll go around and then go down, and it will connect to this area right here. So I can still go down and mine if I need to, but there's not just this random opening in the floor. And I'm thinking this rock is going to be made out of a bunch of cobbled deep slate, just to sort of fit the deep slate theme I have going on. And maybe I also might add a couple pieces of tuff and cobblestone in there to add a little bit more texture. Here's what I have so far for this area. So I built the rock, as you saw, at a little balcony area up here, and then when you go inside, I don't know what I'm going to turn this into yet. I want to make it some sort of room, but when you go down here, you'll have this whole room full of storage. So this is just areas where maybe I could add extra things if I need to. There's a bunch of shroom lights as well to kind of have lighting inside the wall. I also added trap doors to the ceiling, and I'm going to remove the dirt probably and add a different type of block up here, maybe some cobblestone or stone brick. And then I'm going to also move all of this stuff into my actual house up there. And I also blocked off this area so it doesn't look like it leads anywhere. I do like the idea of having a rock and having it be that secret entrance into a mine. I think it fits the theme so well. So the next thing I want to do is actually expand the pathway a little bit, because I'm thinking of making a fishing hut right here, because this area is pretty barren and doesn't have much in it. But in order to make the fishing hut feel connected, I will need a path going from here all the way to there. I also want to connect the path from over there to the sugarcane farm that I built here a little while back. And speaking of sugarcane, it has actually 50 sugarcane for me, so it's running great. So it is turning nighttime, so I'm going to start in the morning, and then everything will look like it's connected. And then we can start on finishing the fishing hut. Is the little fishing dock complete. Nothing too fancy, just something that allows you to stand here and then fish off the edge. I also added some other things here just to give a little bit of detail, and I think I'm going to add a couple more of these things here just to sort of fill in the shoreline. I also do have to extend the path a little bit because I wasn't sure exactly where I was going to be building this, but now that it's built, I definitely need to move this path forward a little bit. There we go, the path is extended, and I added a whole bunch of these little bamboo boxes type of things on the shoreline. But I think the next thing I'm going to do is actually take some of this bamboo and just place it around to kind of give a little bit more detail to the area. Especially in these areas right here where I'm not really putting anything, I might as well put a bunch of bamboo here just to make the area seem a little less barren. Alright, all of them are placed, and when these grow up very tall, they should fill in the area and kind of give a little bit more privacy to certain things. When I was first looking for a spot to build my home, I realized that there is a trail ruin over here. And when I'm playing, I barely ever find these trail ruins because they don't normally spawn very often. The only problem is, as you can see over there, is that it is underwater. But that's not going to be much of a problem because I did enchant this pretty good looking helmet here, protection 4 and breaking 3, respiration 3, and aqua affinity. So I should be able to hold my breath for a good amount amount of time. First things first, we're actually going to sleep first to make it day 59. And now I'm going to take this brush here and start brushing some things and see what I can get. Okay, yellow stained glass. That's not amazing. What are we getting out of this one? Oh, just some lapis. Or wait, is that lapis? Oh, that's blue dye. Okay, blue dye. Not amazing. We do have some of these blocks here, so I will be taking those. Overall, I haven't really been finding anything. Oh, there is actually one more right here, and it's just more glass. I got some brick here. Yeah, these things are made up of so many different types of blocks. Oh, we got one more piece of gravel here, and it's just more glass. Like, I don't need glass, guys. Come on. Isn't the suspicious sand the one that gives you the sniffer eggs? So I'm gonna have to find some of those if I want a sniffer. And we got another piece right here. What do we get out of it? I think it's just yellow dye. Yeah, okay. Well, that's useless. I think I might have got something interesting out of this. I think that's one of the pottery shards. Yes, it is. Wonderful. But it is only one. Don't I need like 4 of these to make a pot? So I didn't really get what I was looking for, being a lot of these pottery shards, but I did get a ton of mud bricks and regular bricks, so I'm definitely going to be using these to build something. But for now, I think it is only right to go to sleep and make it day 60. Now what I want to do is give this area over here a little bit more detail, because when I'm standing over there and looking across, there's really nothing over here. And with these mud bricks, I was thinking of making some abandoned civilization. But I also do want to build a tower over here, so I'm going to have to go back and go grab a whole ton of deep slate. But I think having an abandoned civilization in the jungle just makes sense. If you ever watch those jungle documentaries of people surviving in a jungle, they always come across some desolate shack that's left in the middle of nowhere that nobody ever uses. So I kind of want to keep the similar design with that. And instead of making just one little shelter, make multiple. Now, since I got a whole ton of the deep slate that I need to now clear out this entire area here because I need to start building my buildings. So now the area is cleared out, I want to start building the abandoned homes. And I'm thinking each home is going to be made out of mud bricks, but going to be a little bit different from one another. And then after I build these homes, I'm going to start on a tower that's going to go right here. And I'm thinking of putting maybe some glowstone in it to sort of give it a glow so that when I'm looking at it from all the way over there in the nighttime, you'll see a nice glowing tower. So here is this small little abandoned village complete. As you can see, I added a whole bunch of bamboo blocks and vines and leaf blocks to give it that more run down look. And I know the buildings themselves don't look very detailed, and that's because you're really not supposed to look at it from over here. You're supposed to look at it from all the way over there. And for the tower, I decided to add a little torch flame looking thing at the top, and overall I think that looks okay. Although I might want to build the flame a little bit bigger, but for now I'm just gonna leave it as it is. If you look at it from over here, you can really see the abandoned detail look and the tower. It just provides a little bit of detail to an area that otherwise would have only a bunch of trees. Now the next thing I want to do is actually go mining again, because I enchanted a sword and a shovel, and I combined them with the other sword and shovels I have, so now I got an E4 on breaking 3 shovel and a sharpness 4 looting 3 sweeping edge 3 sword, and I also repaired my pickaxe. But that means I'm all out of levels and pretty much out of diamonds. So I'm gonna go mining for a couple days and see how many diamonds I can get. I went mining for a pretty long time. As you can see, it is day 73, and what I got was absolutely amazing. I got 57 diamonds. I also found a ton of iron and gold, and as you can see, like more redstone than I'll ever use because I never really build anything out of redstone. I also found some music discs and an infinity book because I found a zombie spawner and a mine shaft, but overall that was a really successful mining trip. But now what I want to do is actually duplicate this armor trim here. I love using the eye armor trim. In my opinion, this is the best one. I'm gonna duplicate these here. Yeah, there we go. 6 times. That is plenty more than I'll actually need. I'm gonna take some redstone and put these on there. I absolutely love these armor trims. And now my armor is fully decked out. I have 2 left to spare just in case. I think I'm going to build the temple over here for the dragon egg because I feel like this area really doesn't have anything going for it, so might as well turn it into something. But again, I'm going to have to clear out a ton of trees. After clearing out this area, I decided to actually build a vault for the dragon egg instead of a temple. So pretty much what I'm going to do is take some of this polished deep slate and make sort of an entrance underground. And now just digging down. I think I'm actually going to have a ladder go down with a trap door here hidden underneath a carpet. I think that would be pretty cool. There, a room this size should be good. I think I'm going to make a floor out of quartz and maybe make the walls out of stone brick and then have the ceiling be probably jungle wood. So here is the final look at the vault for the dragon egg. I decided to add some details on the wall, being the armor trims and ender eyes to sort of fit the theme. And I also put some gold blocks in here just to kind of show that it's like holding not just the dragon egg, but maybe other valuables. And also we have this door right here, which I do have to close off. And pretty much this will never be opened. It's just like a vault that is designed just not to be broken into. Now, I'm not sure exactly what I want to do with the outside here because I want to detail it a little bit because it does look a little bit bland. So I'm thinking I might add some stone rocks around this thing because I like the idea of it being built inside of something or somewhat secretive. There we go. I covered it with a bunch of stone and cobblestone. I also extended the path here a little bit and I also added an iron door so that you have to basically step on the pressure plates to get in here. But what I'm going to do next here is actually detail the water because right now there's really nothing in it, so I think I'm going to add a couple boats just to give it a little bit more life. Boats are not really my strong suit in terms of building. I'm always not very good at building them, so I decided to go with something very simple. I also like the idea of using grindstones as sort of the engines. I feel like they fit pretty well. If only they were waterlogged blocks. I also used the design that I used before for these little mini boats here, and I think they turned out great. And overall, it just gives a little bit of life to the water right outside my base. But now what I'm going to be focusing on for the next 20 days is just adding detail around my base, because I do actually have a complete notepad of everything that I wanted to get done in this world, and I have completed everything. So all that's left is to do the final details. And what I was thinking for details would be to put statues in different places, because when you think of a jungle, you sort of think of like a Mayan temple type of ruins sort of thing. So adding little statues here and there, maybe that reminds you of like an ancient civilization, I think would be pretty cool. As you can see, it is now day 99, and I created a couple of these statues, and it took me a while to sort of get the form down for these, because honestly, like, I'm not really the best at building these. I just kind of free-handed them, and what I was going for with this statue is a guy who's sort of like bending down a lot more, like he's sort of like lower to the ground, like his knee is up to his chest, but it kind of looks like his just legs are a little bit too long. This guy is more of a normal stance, more of a bending down stance, and he's like handing you something on a tray, and then this guy over here is more lower to the ground. It it makes more sense. As you can see with the third one, I kind of understood how to build these when I finally got to this last one. But overall, I do like the statues because I feel like it gives just an extra theme to the place. It just gives it a little bit more life. And it also makes you wonder, like, what's the lore about this place? Why are there these statues here? But as you can see, the sun is now starting to set on day 99 and day 100 is approaching. And just to talk about the experience of playing in this world, it was honestly very fun. Usually jungle biomes is something that I will completely avoid because of how dense they are. So surviving 100 days in an entire world that is completely a jungle was very interesting. I feel like I could really add sort of like an ancient theme to a lot of things, like using deep slate and cobblestone to give everything a little bit more of a rundown look. But quickly to end it off, I really do hope you all enjoyed this video. There's a whole other slew of videos you can watch on my channel if you're interested in more 100 days content from me, and more videos in the future coming as well. And just like that, the sun is setting right behind those trees over there, so I'm about to go to sleep here and make it day 100. There we go, 100 days survived in a complete jungle world.